Lazarus has been defeated, Ra's al Ghul is in prison, and a new era of absolute Superman has begun. Central Kansas, the Kent farm. It has been weeks, but Smallville is starting to return to normal. The news crews have left, and Lazarus Corp no longer has a hold over the town. Clark Kent sits on his farm and works on his Earth parents' old tractor, but something is wrong. He turns his head. He can hear the screaming. He can always hear the screaming. He moves at super speed. The red dust of his planet shifts around him to form his new suit. And in a blur of red, blue, and yellow, he flies to the rescue. He buzzes low through the main street, flying past Small's diner. Inside, the patrons watch him go. At this rate, he ain't never gonna get that tractor fixed, someone notes. Lana Lang smiles. You watch yourself out there, Clark Kent, she whispers. This time, it's a dam about to collapse, but Superman holds it together. The red dust of his cape moves out and holds the wall in place as he fuses the cracks. Next, a factory fire claims the lives of several underage workers. Superman looks into it and tracks it back to the company owner, Winslow Schott. Superman floats outside his office window and uses his heat vision to burn a hole through the wall, setting all the collectibles ablaze and setting his eyes upon Winslow. Winslow Schott, we need to talk, Superman says, ignoring Schott's screams of fear and pain. There was a fire at one of your toy factories, the fourth fire in less than 2 weeks. Last time, 73 workers died, some as young as 12, and you walked away with a fine and a slap on the wrist. Consider this your last slap on the wrist, Superman growls. You became a billionaire off the backs of children working 16-hour shifts, breathing in lead and benzene, making toys that sell for more than they're paid in a week. You're going to correct that imbalance, Toy Man, or I will do it for you, Superman tells him. Schott's eyes widen in fear as his precious collectibles burn around him. My God, what are you? He whispers. Ask Lazarus Corp what I am. People like you think you're untouchable. I want you to tell your friends that those days are over. None of you are untouchable. Not to me, Superman says. The glow in his eyes begins to intensify. Change your way of life, Winslow Schott. I'll be watching, Superman promises. Later, he travels to the Nevada desert and finds the former bunker of Brainiac, but the place is in ruins. He's not here. Doesn't look like he's been here for weeks, but this was definitely his lab. I can smell him in every part of it. Smells like death and rotting madness. Smells like Brainiac, Cal says softly. He reaches out and gently touches the shattered glass domes that once captured miniaturized cities. You were right. He kept alien cities, populated cities, and subjected them to all manner of deranged experiments. And I know what you're thinking, but I already checked. There's nothing here from Krypton. Nothing at all, Cal whispers. But there is no reply. I miss you, Soul. There's a brief pause before the red dust cape answers. Command not recognized. No such program detected, the automated voice says. Cal turns his glowing eyes on the debris around him, setting it all ablaze and melting it down, destroying every remnant of Brainiac's work. Later, he flies to Pakistan, where he greets Ra's al Ghul in his prison cell. Come to gloat, boy. Perhaps you're more cruel than I gave you credit for. Behold the mighty Ra's al Ghul as he withers away, Ra's tells him from inside his cell. His hair is already grayer than before. Cal raises an eyebrow at him. Your jailers assure me you're being offered proper medical care. Is this untrue? He asks. Roz waves away the idea, explaining that he is beyond their care, that he is being denied the Lazarus pit that has sustained him for centuries. Denied by my own company. The shareholders could not wait to distance themselves from me. Permanently. Roz snaps. He stands slowly and steps up to the bars, glaring at the man of steel. They'd better pray I die in this cell. As should you, Superman, he growls. Cal doesn't flinch away from his gaze. I didn't come to gloat or indulge in threats. I'm here because you're right about one thing, Mr. Al Ghul. This isn't finished between us, Cal tells him. He holds out a book of prayers and poems, written by the children of the city, children whose parents died in the Lazarus mines. Roz stares at it for a moment before he breaks out in laughter. You seek to rehabilitate Ra's al Ghul with the musings of children? Ha! You are too pathetic for words, boy, Roz says. He reaches for the book, but Superman pulls it away. Yes, give it here, Superman. This jail has a shortage of toilet tissue. I will put this book to good use. Roz laughs before sitting back down. Later, Superman stops a forest fire in the Amazon, breathing in the flames and carrying them with him, dispersing them instead in Kansas, where a controlled burn is due to take place. That night, he flies to Metropolis and tells Lois about it. You ate 12,000 acres of tropical wildfire and puked it into Kansas? She questions. Cal shrugs. I suppose you could say that. I didn't know what else to do, he says softly. Cal looks out over the city, admitting that he doesn't know what he's doing. He's mostly just winging it. Lois looks at him for a moment before reaching out and touching his arm. Cal, would you like to get a beer sometime? She asks softly. Cal looks at her in surprise and doesn't say anything. You have super hearing. I know you heard me, she says with a smile. Cal begins to stammer over his words, but suddenly stops and turns his head. He can hear the screaming. Which way is Peora? He suddenly asks. She points in the direction she thinks it is, and Superman suddenly leaps into the air and flies away, Lois watching as he disappears. You watch yourself out there, Kal-El, she whispers. The next day, Lana comes to visit the farm and finds Cal working on the tractor. She holds up another casserole from the people in town. Thanks, Lana. Just put it on the table with the rest. I'm gonna fly them to some kids in Sudan, Clark explains. Lana looks at him, noting that he seems tired. Have you been sleeping? She asks. Clark shrugs. Sometimes I lie in the clouds to recharge, but someone always starts screaming, he tells her softly. Clark, what you're doing for people is amazing. The Kents would be proud, but more than anything, I know they'd want you to take care of yourself, she tells him. But the conversation is cut short as Clark hears screaming once more. He flies away in another dash of red, blue, and yellow. Lana watches him go. I like the new look, Clark Kent. Black was never your color. Martha was right. You belong in blue, Lana calls out to him. Cal continues to work. He saves the world, but there is always another crisis, another tragedy. A ship sinking. Cal pulls it from the waters, saving the crew. He is killing himself just to give the people of the world more time. Is it a gift or a curse? It depends on the day. All Cal knows for certain is that this is his home now. He thinks as he takes a brief respite in his red crystal barn of solitude. And every day he goes to visit Roz, reading him prayers and poems from the children. Roz is angry, snapping and growling, but each day he becomes a little older, a little weaker. A child is dying of cancer, She doesn't want to die alone in her bed, staring at the ceiling. Cal doesn't let her. He flies her to the mountains and watches the sunset with her. After the child died in his arms, Cal flies up into the clouds and screams into the sky, loud enough to knock satellites from their orbit. Finally, he is done. Tears spill from his eyes. But suddenly, he is not alone. "Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing?" the Hawkman asks behind him. Meanwhile, somewhere in Missouri, children stare in shock as Brainiac walks down the sidewalk. Something in his brain buzzes and he taps the comm signal. "You have reached the offices of the Brainiac algorithm. All our operators are busy at the moment," he says in answer. There is a pause before Talia starts yelling at him. "Cut the crap, Brainiac! Where the hell are you? Lazarus is being ripped to shreds by the press and lawyers. I need you with me. We need to save what we can and figure out how to rescue my father," she snaps at him. But Brainiac shakes his head. "No, I'm afraid I won't be doing that. Consider this my resignation. I'm busy pursuing other avenues. Best wishes to you on your future endeavors, Miss Al Ghul," he says before hanging up. Brainiac begins to whistle a tune as he suddenly turns down a driveway, passing a mailbox with a name stenciled on the side: Luthor. And that was the complete story for Absolute Superman issue 15 by Jason Aaron. What did you think of this new beginning for Superman and the new art style? Let me know down below. Personally, I miss Soul, but I'm excited to see where it goes. But if you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe to help out the channel. I'm Dan with Comicstorian, and we will see you next time. Rest in peace, Benny.